Here we go. So Yud Tes Amud Beis, 19b2. We're going to start from the Mishnah. The Mishnah says, Hashochet min hatstadin shchitaso kshera. What is that referring to? So generally we talk about shechting from here, from the front of the neck, right? Mm-hmm. That's what we talk about, shechting. But let's say that you wanted to shecht from here. Could you shecht from here?
Yes.
100%. You absolutely could shecht from here. It's a little bit more challenging, right? You have to sort of move.
For an oaf,
for an oaf, it's much easier.
But for like a pigeon or for a dove where the simonim are on the sides, you kind of have to start that way.
But you have to start from the side, right? Okay. All right. So hashochet min hatstadim shchitaso kshera. Now,
Quail also.
right? What also?
Quail.
Quail also. It's on the side.
It's not on the side. No.
But it's easy.
Are both simanim? They're on opposite sides.
sides.
So how do you have to pull the simanim
drag them
down,
forward.
right?
Even though you drag them forward, they're kind of still starting more on the side, so you kind of do more of an angular cut.
Okay. Anyway, so the halacha is that lichatchila you can even shecht from the side, even though the language seems to be bidiyevit. Hashochet min hatstadin shchitaso kshera. That's a bidiyevit language for us. If you shecht from the side, nevertheless the shchita is kosher. But halacha, even lichatchila, we're allowed to shecht from the side. Hamolik min hatstadim. Hamolik. What is malika? Hamolek is the
From the Beit HaMikdash.
No. That's malicha. That's malicha. Malika is what the Kohen does with his nail, right? I don't know if you remember we spoke about for his thumbnail, right? His thumbnail, which is sharpened, all right. In other words, he allows it to grow, and then it's shaped and sharpened into a very pointy thing. So what does he do? What is malika? Malika is where the Kohen literally holds the bird like this, right? The back of the bird is here. He doesn't shecht it, he punctures. He pushes his nail into the back of the bird's neck. He severs the spinal cord, and he pushes through and punctures the simanim. Right? That's called malika. Shchita for a bird allows us to eat the bird. Okay, malika for a bird is what has to be done before the bird can be brought as a carbon. If you do a shchita on a bird, you can't bring that bird as a carbon. If you do a malika on a bird, you can't eat that bird. It's considered a treifa.
Right.
Okay?
But it could be a carbon.
What?
But it would be a carbon.
It could be a carbon if all the conditions were right for it to be a carbon, right? Okay, so malika, which is done from the back, right? Hamolek min hatzdadin, malikaso psula. All right, if he does malika from the side, then the malika is psula, it's no good. What we're seeing here is we're seeing the differences between shchita and malika, right? So if the Kohen does malika from the side, in other words, he punctures the bird from the side of its neck, right? And then punctures the simanim that way, psula, it's no good. Hashochet min ha'oref, someone who shechs from the neck. We're going to talk about exactly what oref means, but here we're thinking initially it refers to the neck, right? Hashochet min ha'oref, someone who shechs from the back. Shchitaso psula. That's clear, right? You all know that, right? The shchita is no good. Hamolek min ha'oref, right? A person who does malika from the back, which is the way in which malika is supposed to be done. Malikaso kshera, that is considered a good malika. Hashochet min hatzavar, shchitaso kshera. Hamolek min hatzavar, malikaso psula. Right, so you see the differences here, right?
Yeah.
That if when you shecht from the side, the shchita is good. You do malika from the side, it's no good. You shecht from the back, it's no good. You do malika from the back, it is good. You shecht from the front, it's good. You do malika from the front, it's no good.
Right.
Okay? And the Mishnah concludes by saying, Shekol pasul b'malika kosher, Shekol ha'oref kosher l'malika. Right? The entire oref, meaning, we'll see what that's talking about, is kosher l'malika, but not good for shchita. V'chol hatzavar kosher l'shchita, and the entire neck in the front is kosher for shchita. Nimtza, what comes out of this Mishnah is kosher b'shchita, pasul b'malika, kosher b'malika, pasul b'shchita. What's good in malika, what's kosher in malika is pasul when it comes to shchita, and what's kosher in malika, what's kosher in malika is pasul when it comes to shchita, and what's kosher in shchita is pasul when it comes to malika. Okay, the Mishnah is simply telling us the differences here, the halachic differences between shchita and malika. Even though the bottom line is going to be a dead bird, nevertheless, there are significant differences between malika and shchita. Okay, so the Gemara is now going to spend some time trying to understand what is this malika mean, ha'oref, what is it all about? So the Gemara starts by asking the question, my oref. What does the word oref mean? Now, are you familiar at all with the word oref?
No.
I'm not.
Translation says it's back of the head.
Right. So we generally refer to oref. We say Bnei Yisrael is an am kishei oref. A stiff-necked nation, an am kshei oref. Doesn't just mean that we're tense and we therefore have stiff necks, right? It means that we're stiff-necked, we're stubborn, we're a stubborn nation. HaKadosh Baruch Hu called us a stubborn nation, am kshei oref, right? That's what we're referred to as. I guess no coincidence that we live in Great Neck, right? Maybe that's why we're still around, and we live in Great Neck, so we're even more stiff-necked than most. Okay, so that's what we're familiar with the term oref, namely a neck. However, it doesn't really mean neck, right? What does oref mean? Ilema oref mamish. If you want to say that the word oref in our Mishnah means oref mamish, which is the back of the head, right? This is the panim, this is the front. This is the oref, this is the back. It's the back of the head. So if you want to say that the Mishnah is talking about the back of the head, and that if you do, right, the back of the head for malika and for shchita, so my iriya shochet, why does the Mishnah say that a person who is shochet ba'oref is pasul? Afilu milek nami, right? That what? In other words, where's malika? Malika's, where is oref? Oref is back here, the back of your head. If you want to say that's what oref means in our Mishnah, I mean, technically oref means the back of the head. There's no question about that. But is that what it means in our Mishnah? If you say that's what it means in our Mishnah, then explain to me the following line. Shchita of the oref is pasul. Malika of the oref is kosher. If it means the back of the head, that line doesn't make any sense. Why? Because you can't do malika in the
Back of the head and back of the neck.
Back of the head, correct. We're talking about the back of the head. So just for a moment, just so that we understand. This is the face. This is the back of the face, right? This is the panim. This is the oref. This is the tzavar, the throat. This is the neck in the back. We're going to see this is called mimulo shel oref. It sees the oref. We're going to see that. What the Gemara is saying now is when the Mishnah uses the term oref, which literally means the back of the head, it doesn't mean it in its literal sense. Because if it meant it in its literal sense, the Mishnah wouldn't make any sense to us. Because the Mishnah says if you do shchita from the oref, it's not good. But if you do malika from the oref, it is good. How could you do malika from the back of the head? You can't even, like I guess in an oaf has very thin bones, right? No, almost no resistance. So you probably could puncture the skull. You probably could puncture if your thumbnail was sharp enough and hard enough. You probably could puncture the skull of the oaf, but you're not going to be anywhere near the simanim.
No.
Right? You're not going to be right. You're not going to be anywhere. Right? You're puncturing up here. You're nowhere near the simanim. So that's what the Gemara says. The Gemara says, if you want to tell me that oref means the literal oref, meaning the back of the head, so then asks the Gemara, why my area shochet? Why would the Mishnah bother to tell us that shchita there is no good? Because if it's referring to the back of the head, not only is shchita no good, but even what? If we're referring to the back of the head.
The
Malika.
Malika's no good. Not only is
You're not getting the similar.
right, if we're talking about up here, so not only is shchita no good, but malika's no good. And yet the Mishnah seemed to say in the oref shchita was not good, but malika was good. Okay, so says the Gemara, it must mean something else. What does it mean? We're on the second line of the Gemara now. It means, I'm sorry, we're on 19b3 if you want. I didn't tell you to turn the page, I'm sorry. All right, what does it mean? It means mimul arpo, amar Rachmana. What is the Torah telling us? Mimul arpo. What does the word mul mean? Mem vav lamed. It generally means opposite, right? Right? Opposite of, you're sitting opposite me. We would use the term mul, okay? Here, it doesn't mean opposite. What it means is it can, if you look at the following, okay? Here's the neck. This is the neck.
Right.
Here's the back of the head. If I go like this, so the back of my neck sees the back of my head, so to speak. Right? In other words, if I go like this, they are opposite each other, right? Right? So they sort of see each other. That's the definition of, we're talking, when the Mishnah uses the term oref, it's not referring to the literal meaning of oref, which is the back of the neck. It's referring to the place, the back of the head. It's referring to the place which is called mimulo shel oref. It's the place that stands opposite the oref. It's the place that sees the oref.
Saying like shchita on the panim. You're not extracting in the face.
Correct. Well, correct. Okay, so we're going to see that, okay? So the Gemara says, mimul arpo amar Rachmana. The Torah says you're doing malika mimul arpo. Vilo arpo. And not in the back of the face, but rather mimul arpo. So Ella velo Ella my oref mimul oref kidiksani seifa, as the seifa says, kol ha'oref kosher lemalika. Right? The entire oref is kosher from malika. What do I mean the entire oref?
There must be neck.
The entire neck, right? From the base of the skull all the way down. Just like, obviously all the way down as far as you can go, but still get the simanim. Just like in the front, we go from the top of the tabas, top of the, probably of the kova, right, all the way down as far as we can go to still get the simanim. Actually, it was interesting. He said in the video that you could shecht down right where the kana and the veshit go into the stomach, right? The kana goes into the stomach. The veshit goes in.
The kana goes into the lungs.
The kana goes into the lungs. The veshit goes into the stomach. Right? Down there at that point, you could shech there, and it would be a kosher shechita.
How are you getting there?
Right? I don't know how you're getting there. I'm not sure how you're getting there. I'm not sure, but however you're getting there, you're getting there. Okay, that would be a kosher shechita.
Okay.
You'd have to be pretty skilled to get there, I think. But okay.
Maybe he can show us.
Yes. Okay. So says the Gemara, Kol ha'oref kosher lemalika. Minahani mili. How do we know this? Titani Rabbanan, as the rabbis learned, mimul orpo, right, opposite, right, or facing the oref. Mul, right, means what? Haroa es ha'oref. The part of the body back here that sees the back of the head. That obviously is the neck. V'chein hu omer, and similarly it says, quoting here a pasuk in Bamidbar, V'hu yoshev mimuli. What does it mean, V'hu yoshev mimuli? He is sitting opposite me. In other words, he's sitting in a place where he can see me. V'hu yoshev mimuli. He's opposite me. So opposite means you can see me. I can see you. So if I go like this, the back of my neck and the back of my head can see each other, so to speak. They are opposite each other. V'omer, and similarly, the pasuk says, Ki panu elai oref, right? Velo panim. Ki panu elai oref velo panim. He turned his back to me, right? Turned his back to me and not his face. In other words, that's here we're looking at oref as the neck. He turned his neck to me, turned his back to me, and not his face. So my v'omer, in other words, we have two psukim that are quoted here. We have one pasuk, which is from Bamidbar Chaf Beis, at the beginning of the line, Vuhu Yoshev Mimuli, right? Mm-hmm. And that teaches us that mul means opposite or able to see, right? That's mul. And then it says, V'omer ki panu alai oref velo panim. And we bring a second pasuk from Yirmiyahu with the words V'omer, and it says, he turned his back to me and not his face. Okay, so asks the Gemara, what do I need both psukim for? When the Gemara says V'omer, why does it say V'omer? V'omer means, and it says, as the Gemara is implying, that I need, what am I coming to learn from this second pasuk? So the answer is V'chi tema oref gufe lo yadinan heicha, that perhaps I can say, listen, I don't know where the oref is. I mean, where is the oref that's opposite? So dineda mul didei, in order that we should know what is opposite it. Heicha, where is that? So Tashma, the pasuk comes to tell me, ki panu alai oref velo panim michlal de oref lahadi panim. That when the pasuk comes to tell me that the opposite of the face is the back of the head, that Kadosh Baruch Hu says they turn their face away from me. When you turn your face away, what do you see? You see the back of the head. Michlal, that implies the oref lahadi panim, that the back of the head is the opposite of the face, and therefore when we're talking about mul, when we're talking about something which is opposite that, so it's clear that what we're talking about is the neck, which is opposite the back of the head, opposite the back of the head, from the perspective that the neck can, so to speak, see. If you would put your head back, that the neck could see the back of the head. Since the neck could see the back of the head, that is what we're talking about when we say that the neck is mul, that the neck is opposite the back of the head. That's why we need both of these psukim, because both of these psukim are coming to teach us different things. Okay, so now the Gemara says, Amrei b'nei Rebbe Chia. B'nei Rebbe Chia make the following statement, and we're going to spend some time now discussing this statement of B'nei Rebbe Chia. B'nei Rebbe Chia say, mitzvahs malika machzir simanim li achorei ha'oref umolek.
That's what Rav Belsky said.
Okay.
This is Rav Belsky's take.
Okay, what is malika? So the children of Rebbe Chia said, the way you do malika is you pull the simanim back, right? Behind the spinal column. Yes. Right, you pull the simanim back behind the spinal column, and when you puncture, right, you puncture the skin, and you're gonna puncture the simanim before you puncture the spinal column. Yeah. Right, that's how B'nai Rebbe Chia said. That's the way in which you do malika. In other words, you have to manipulate the simanim.
We actually learned the whole. This is Rabbi Belsky's whole. Right? Yeah, that's what they taught us. Yes.
For shchita, for malika.
For malika.
Really?
Yeah, Rav Belsky had a way of doing it that he showed everyone, and apparently they passed it.
He did malika.
It just had a.
That was his interpretation.
That was his interpretation.
His interpretation of how it should be.
Like B'nai Rebbe Chia. Like B'nai Rebbe Chia, where literally.
You had to pinch with one hand. You had to hold it backwards, and you pinched at the same time you were.
So you were pushing. Pushing the
yeah.
simanim, right? You're pushing the simanim to the back behind the spinal column.
You were pushing down with the thumb. We never did it, obviously.
Okay. No, but we held the bird in that position, but we never did.
We never actually did it because
Right.
obviously.
Right. But you could see how it could be done.
Yeah, that was what we were
Right.
trying to
And remember, this is all done with one hand. So
Right, one hand. Right.
Cohen's
Has
got to
to
be.
be- right.
Cohen has to be fairly skilled
Yes.
to be able to do that.
Yeah.
He's- right. According to Bnei Rebbe Chia. So according to Bnei Rebbe Chia, mitzvahs malika machzir simanim la'achorei ha'oref. You bring the simanim back behind the spinal cord, umolek, and you puncture it from there. Ika da'amre. There are those who say that Bnei Rebbe Chia said af machzir, even if you bring the simanim back. Ve'ike da'amre, and there are those who say they meant machzir dafka. What's the difference between af machzir and machzir dafka?
have or not have to, or
Well, yes, but explain to me even a little bit more. Yes, you're right. Have and not have to and not have to. If I say, af machzir, it means it's good even if you do this, which means I don't have to do it, but if I did it, it's still good, right? Af machzir. If I just say machzir dafka, what does that mean?
exactly have to do exactly.
Only way to do it, right? The only way to do it. So we have a debate here as to what the children of Rebbe Chia meant when they said mitzvahs malika machzir simanim li'achorei ha'of umolek. Did they mean af machzir? Are they telling me that if you happen to pull the simanim back behind the spinal column and did malika that way, that it would be a good malika, even though the simanim are not in their normal place? Or are they saying machzir dafka, that what? That if you want to do a kosher malika, what do you have to do? You have to pull the simanim back behind the spinal column. That's the way to do the kosher
That's the
malika,
only way.
right? So
Well,
there's
that would make more sense, right?
why?
Because how could you accidentally end up pushing it to the back? I mean, I just, in other words, the first to hold the bird and one hand and
No,
get
so-
them to
so-
move to the back, you would have to want to do it purposely.
So you're saying it would require too much of a conscious effort
Yeah, I mean,
to
so-
hold the bird and to move the simanim back, that a person would only do it if he thought
That had to be done.
that it had to be done that way. What the machlokas in the Gemorah here is, what if the person didn't intend to do that,
But just did it.
right?
And that would be very difficult.
Okay, I'm not
Why
saying
would that person
right.
do it?
Right, we're not saying
Why?
easy.
Because they'd have to force the
No,
issue.
we're not saying
Oh,
easy.
you mean they did it without realizing?
Yeah, in other words, they grabbed the bird in a particular way,
And they pulled the
right?
simanim back.
And the way in which they grabbed the bird pulled the simanim back, and they did malika. So if you say af malika, what does that mean?
It's
It
still-
means it's fine, right? It's fine, right?
But
It-
not hinder, not the way you'd want to do.
Correct, right? But it's fine. It's a good malika, all right? If you say machzir dafka,
It means
It-
you must do it.
right, means you must do it, and it's also fine. Here, the machlokas would be, what if I did not move the simanim back?
Right.
What if I kept the simanim in their natural place?
Well, I guess my question is, are we saying that you have to cut the simanim before you hit the spinal cord, or you can touch the spinal cord and then hit the simanim?
Okay, so this is part and parcel of the machlokas. You know that a cut spinal cord is a siman treifa,
Right.
right? If you have an animal with a cut spinal cord, when you take this animal apart, I never really understand. I mean, I can't imagine that they possibly spend 2 hours on every, right, on every behemoth, right? You know,
Nobody would
right,
eat.
looking for the simane trephos, the way that this video unfolded. I mean, he even showed a sircha, like this animal had a sircha. It was amazing just to be able to see how the lung attaches itself to the wall.
I've seen that.
Right?
I've seen that.
Right? You know, but he said the average bodek doesn't look. The average bodek simply feels. he puts his hand in,
and if you can-
and he feels,
yeah.
right? He feels along
And if
the
it's-
lung. He feels the lobes of the lung. There are multiple lobes.
And if it's not
To the lung.
touching the
Right.
body cavity,
Right.
yeah.
So that's, he doesn't even see it, but it was very cool. It was indeed very cool to see. Right. So the idea, if you know that there's a severed spine, that this animal had a severed spinal cord, or if you severed the spinal cord before you
cut the
simanim,
clearly.
all right,
Okay.
the animal's a nevela, right?
Yeah.
Because right, treifa. I
Treifa.
mean, yeah, no, I mean both.
Yeah.
Right, both, really. Okay. So, so that's the question. In other words, the question is, do the simanim have to be in the back, or is it a good malika even if the simanim are in their normal location? That's these two, right? That's
I mean, I know
these.
what I would guess, but I-
Right, that's these two languages which are here. That's the Ika da Amre, right? There are those who say Ika da Amre af machzir, v'Ika da Amre machzir dafka. Okay, this is look at Rashi at the bottom. What does af machzir mean? So Rashi says mitzvah so limlok shidra umifarekes kula tchila ad shemagia l'simanim v'im hechzer hasimanim umalkan levadan af zo hi mitzvasa. In other words, what is af machzir mean? The best way, the mitzvahdik way to do malika is, right, limlok shidra umifareket kula tchila. That first you sever the spinal column, right? That's the first thing that you do. Ad shemagia l'simanim, until you reach the simanim, and then you pierce them. V'im hechzer simanim umalkan levadan. But if you move the simanim behind the spinal column and you pierce through the skin with your thumb, what are you going to do? You're going to wind up piercing.
This one.
Basically, if you pierce the simen of a bird, it's the same thing as cutting it,
Right.
Because the simen is so small, and I mean your nail is sharp. It's the same thing. It's basically cutting it. Okay, so af zohi mitzvasa. So this is also an acceptable way. V'ike da'amre, and there are those who say machzir dafka. It's interesting that Rashi changes the language around, right? The language of the Gemara is machzir dafka. Rashi changes it around. V'ike da'amre dafka machzir. Right? You have to do it. V'im lo hechzir ela chata chashidra psula. Right? That what? That if you didn't sever the simanim before you cut the shidra, so psula, it's considered invalid. Okay? So these are the two positions, and we're not sure which of the positions are being taken here. Right? These are the two positions. We're not sure which position Bnei Rebbe Chia meant when they said mitzvahs malika. Machzir simanim le'acharei ha'arv. Okay. So the Gemara, we're 2 lines up from the bottom of the Gemara in Yutes Amud Beis. What does the Gemara say? Umistabra. Anybody know what umistabra means?
Mistabra? I don't know. Mistabra.
The word svara is in umistabra. What's a svara? A svara is what?
To hold something? Like,
when you say to hold, do you mean physically to hold, or you mean mentally to hold?
mentally.
Svara is a rationale. Simon is speaking yeshivish, right? He's saying you hold something. In other words, that's your svara, right? That's your explanation. That's your rationale for something. So when the Gemara uses the phrase umistabra, what the Gemara is saying is it is rational to say, right? It makes sense to say.
Opinion?
Not really an opinion. In other words, it's more logical, right? That's what he's saying. It's more logical. Umistabra. It makes more sense to say, Keman da Amar af machzir. it makes more sense to say in accordance with the position of af machzir, that Bnei Rebbe Chia meant af machzir. So the Gemara says, mimai. Remember, what does af machzir mean?
Machzir, is it machzir to return?
Machzir means, from the word chazar, it means to move back. To return means to come back. So machzir means to move back. So when we talk about machzir here, we're talking about moving the two simanim back behind the spinal column. There are two phrases that we've used. We've used af machzir, which means even if you bring the simanim to the back, and we've used dafka machzir, that only if you bring the simanim to the back. So what's the difference between even if you bring the simanim to the back and only if you bring the simanim to the back? The difference is, what if you leave the simanim in the normal location? If we subscribe to the position that says af machzir, that it's kosher even if you bring them to the back, so what does it mean if you left them in the normal position? It's fine.
It's so fine.
It's fine. If I subscribe to the position that says dafka machzir, so if I leave them in the right place, what happens?
It's no good.
It's no good. The malika's no good. So the Gemara says umistabra kimanda amar af machzir. The Gemara is making a statement, taking an initial volley here, and the Gemara says it is logical. It makes sense that the halacha should be like the one who says, like the position that says af machzir.
That you must.
No, af machzir.
So that's so you can just leave it.
Even. Af is even.
Either or.
Even.
Right? Af is even, right? Af machzir means even if you did it there. But if you left it in the normal place, that would be fine. So that the Gemara says that makes more sense. Tell me why.
I don't know.
Well, none of us know because we haven't learned it yet.
Yeah, I'm saying,
Right?
I have no idea.
Right? Well, good. At least I know that you're holding cup in the Gemara, right?
I have no
Right?
idea.
Because we don't know, right? And so the Gemara asks the question, Mimai, why are you telling me that, right? Why are you saying that? Why are you saying, right? Why are you saying that af machzir is more mistaber? It's more logical, right? Why are you saying af machzir is more mistaber? Mimai. So answers the Gemara, midikisani, from that which was taught in our Mishnah, hashochet min ha'oref, shchitaso psula.
If you do the shkita from the back, it's possible.
If you do the shchita from the back, it's puzzle. Hamolek min ha'oref, milikoso
Kosher.
kshera. All right, that's a statement from our Mishnah, correct?
Yeah, so then
That if you did shchita from the back,
no good.
no good. If you do melika from the back,
It's okay.
it's good. Obviously, if the Mishnah is comparing those two actions, shchita from the back, no good. Malika from the back,
Good.
good. If the Mishnah is comparing those two actions, they must be under the same set of circumstances.
Okay.
If I took the simanim and pulled them to the back
That's a separate step.
and did shchita,
Maybe it's okay
would it be good or not good?
if you cut the simanim and you didn't touch the.
You can't go from the back.
What if
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Why
What if
not?
I pulled the what if it was in a dove and I pulled the simanim up and I shekted it
We're
before
talking
I hit
about
the
dove,
spinal
yeah.
cord?
We're talking about a turtle dove, basically.
That is what we're talking about.
Huh?
Because that's what they did Malika on. They didn't do Malika on behemoths,
Right.
I'm
right?
saying
I'm just thinking.
I cut the
I'm
simanim
not
I
sure
hear you.
why it wouldn't be right.
And I didn't touch-
You
I-
wouldn't hit the.
and I touch the spinal cord afterwards, or if I don't touch it at all.
Unless you get the simanim first.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Provided you get the simanim
Yeah,
first.
you
Right.
get the simanim
So
first.
right. So now the Gemara is saying, okay, wait a second. I have two things I'm trying to choose between.
Sorry, Rabbi. Sorry to interrupt. That we know. Malika. I'm a little confused. Do we also have to get the simanim first?
Yes. No. Well, that's the
That's what we're
machlokas.
arguing
That's the
That's
machlokas.
what we're
Okay.
talking
That's
So
that's the
where difference
machlokas.
comes in.
That's the machlokas, right?
On the shchita, we don't have a machloket of.
Everybody agrees
what
on
to do
shchita,
first.
you must get the
But it says
simanim.
here-
That's the reason why.
But it
Because
says-
if you could bring it to the back and make shchita, then you wouldn't have to have this statement that says Malika's fine, but shchita's not fine.
Not that you wouldn't need to have, but that statement wouldn't be
It
true.
wouldn't be true, because
Right.
obviously it is true if you put
In
it
other
to
words,
the back
okay,
and you
right,
shut
correct.
it,
Right,
it is
so the
fine.
Gemara makes a statement. The Gemara says,
Yeah, yeah.
shchita from the back,
Yeah, that's
no
right.
good.
That's right.
Malika from the back, good.
But it means.
If we were
But we're not
talking about
the
a,
simanim.
if we were talking about a case, if Malika could only be accomplished by pulling the simanim to the back, then what would you tell me about shchita under those circumstances?
It would be okay too.
It would be okay.
Both
What
would
does
be
the Mishnah
okay,
say?
yeah.
Mishnah says
No.
not okay.
So we're
So,
not talking about the simanim.
so we're not talking about a case where the simanim are pulled to the back.
Right.
Right,
That's
right.
that's why the Gemara says it's mistaber. It's logical to say, even if the simanim are in the back, meaning if the simanim are in the regular place, that's normally how Malika is done. But if for some reason you bring the simanim to the back, it's
still good.
Even then, it's good, but not. That position works with the Mishnah.
Yeah.
But if the position was dafka machzir, in other words, I have to bring them back to do Malika, so then shchita from the neck would be good.
Yeah, it was good.
Right, shchita from the neck would be good. The only reason shchita from the neck is not good
Is because you're going.
is because you
you're not
can't
going
get to the simanim. But if I move, right, in other words, you can't move a cow's simanim.
You can't even move
right,
a chicken's.
You try to move a cow's simanim, you can't do it. You can't move a chicken's simanim?
Not to the back.
Not to the back. No. Not to
But you,
the
but
You move it real close to the side.
you move the side, but
Well,
you
maybe a pigeon you could.
a pigeon you could.
Pigeon,
But that's
yeah.
what we're talking
Pigeon
about.
or a dove you could.
A dove you could.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, a dove for sure.
Right? A dove you could, right?
Rabbi Belsky had us. I remember how hard it was to hold the bird. Remember we almost
I
killed,
remember we
we
did
almost
it
killed
here.
a couple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like to get that simanim with one hand and hold it and get him in the back.
Yeah, we were
Well, I
strangling.
wonder why he had us do that.
I don't know.
Anyway, so what the Gemara, where we are right now in the Gemara, if we have to choose between af machzir, which means,
Dafka.
right, or dafka machzir, right? Af machzir means even if I do it, it's good, but I don't have to do it. Dafka machzir means I have to do it. If I need to choose between one of those two, the statement of the Mishnah seems to make the af machzir statement the proper choice, the logical choice.
Yeah.
Because if it was dafka machzir, then if the malika is good from the back, shchita also could be good from the back, right? So that's why the Gemara says mistaber umistabra kemanda amar af machzir mimai. Why? Why is that mistaber? Why is that logical? Why in Simon's language? Why would I hold by that? Simon, I love that. Migdiksani, right? Migdiksani, because it says in the Mishnah, Hashochet min ha'oref shchitaso psula, hamolek min ha'oref milikaso kshera. Skip to the next page. Chaf Amid Aleph. V'i salka, you could tell me this without even looking at it in the Gemara. V'i salka daitach machzir dafka. And if you want to say that what we're really doing is that what we require is dafka machzir, you have to move the simanim to the back. My iriya molek. Why does the Mishnah tell me only malika is good? Afilu shoche nami. That shchita would also be good, right? If the simanim are moved to the back, if it's dafka machzir, so then why is the Mishnah telling me only malika is good? Shchita would also be good. So lav shma mina af machzir, right? So what are we going to say? So shouldn't we be learning from this that it has to be af machzir? Okay, makes sense?
Yes.
So, from the time of the Kohen Gadol, did they move him back or no? Here we come to the conclusion that you don't have to.
We've come to the conclusion at this point that you don't have to. Okay? But if you did,
It's okay.
it's fine. Right?
No, what I'm curious to know is that did they move him back?
You still have to hit this.
What are you asking
Yeah, but
me
it doesn't
how
say
they
that.
did Malika?
Right, but I think from
I don't know.
From what we
even
know.
if you go through the neck.
No, you're supposed to hit the simanim. It's whether or not
So you probably
it's
moved
just
it
the
to the
order.
back
You're not.
to
You're
make
not
it easier. That's probably why.
You have to puncture the simanim,
So they
right?
probably
It's a
did move
guaranteed
it,
function.
and that's probably why they moved him to the back, because that just guarantees you hit.
Guarantees that they.
Yeah, because you're doing it
Simanim.
before, because you gotta go through the spinal
It's just a
cord,
safety measure.
through
Sounds like a
the
safety
neck,
measure.
and then you don't know if you're gonna get.
But I remember trying to grab those similar. It was very difficult from the back.
Okay, so far so good, right? Elalav shma mina. Then we learned from this that the position must be af machzir. And when our Mishnah made the statement that shchita from the back is not good, but malika from the back is good, umasnisin, our Mishnah must have been talking about bidelo ahadar, when he didn't move the simanim to the back. Right? That's what our Mishnah must have been talking about. Right? Where the simanim were not moved to the back. Is there a picture of simanim by an oath?
I was just going to see what they got here on this one.
Chullin is. You don't know what yours is?
No, it's just pictures of the bird. On the area of pinching.
Okay. Right. Okay, you know what? We'll stop here. We'll pick up next week with Rabbi Yanai.